A child lives in a world without light. She cannot see faces. She cannot hear voices. She cannot understand why people touch her or why the world around her keeps changing. To everyone else, she appears unreachable. Her family loves her, but love alone cannot break through the wall separating her from humanity, until one man enters her life with a belief nobody else has, that even inside darkness, a mind is still waiting to be awakened. This is not simply the story of a disabled child. It is the story of how one teacher refused to accept that a human being could be lost forever. Michelle McNally is born into a wealthy family, but her childhood is destroyed by illness. After suffering from an illness at a young age, she loses both her sight and hearing. The world that every child learns naturally becomes impossible for her. She cannot communicate. She cannot express her needs. She cannot understand rules. Her frustration becomes anger. She throws things. She breaks objects. She attacks people trying to help her. To her family, she is a child they love but cannot reach. Her father sees her as a victim. Her mother believes there must be something more inside her, but nobody knows how to find it. Then comes Debraj, a teacher known for his unconventional methods. Unlike others, Debraj does not see Michelle as helpless. He sees intelligence hidden beneath confusion. Where others see a problem child, he sees a student waiting for someone patient enough to teach her. But his methods shock everyone. He refuses to comfort her frustration. He creates discipline. He forces Michelle to understand that the world has rules, because Debraj understands something important. Before Michelle can learn language, she must first learn that objects and actions have meaning. The relationship between Michelle and Debraj is not immediately inspiring. It is painful. Michelle fights him. She rejects his lessons. Her parents question his approach. They believe he is too harsh. But Debraj knows that kindness without communication cannot free her. He does not want Michelle to simply survive. He wants her to participate in life. One of the most important moments happens at a water fountain. Debraj repeatedly spells the word water into Michelle's hand. At first, it means nothing. Just movement. Just confusion. But suddenly, something changes. Michelle understands. The movements have meaning. The world is no longer random. For the first time, she discovers that everything around her has a name. A door is not just an object. A chair is not just something she touches. Everything has identity, and identity creates connection. This moment is the beginning of her transformation. Michelle begins learning language, but the journey is not easy. She struggles with patience. She struggles with memory. She struggles against years of isolation. However, Debraj refuses to lower his expectations. He treats her like someone capable of greatness. Because sometimes the greatest gift a teacher can give is not information, it is belief. Years later, Michelle wants to enter university, but society still doubts her. People believe her disability should limit her ambitions. She faces examinations designed for people who can see and hear. Every achievement requires more effort than anyone around her understands. But Michelle continues. She proves that disability does not remove intelligence. It only changes the path required to reveal it. The story takes another emotional turn when Debraj begins suffering from Alzheimer's disease. The teacher who helped Michelle discover language begins losing his own connection with memories. The person who gave her a voice starts losing his own. This creates one of the film's deepest emotional reversals. The student who once needed a teacher becomes the person who must now teach and care for him. Michelle refuses to abandon Debraj. The student becomes the teacher. The person once considered dependent becomes the person providing support. This completes the transformation. Debraj did not simply teach Michelle how to communicate. He gave her the confidence to become independent. And now she gives him dignity when he needs it most. Michelle finally graduates. For most people, graduation represents academic success. For Michelle, it represents something much bigger. It proves that a person trapped in silence can still have a voice. Her achievement is not only hers, it belongs to every person who believed that human potential exists beyond limitations. The darkness in the film is not only about blindness, it represents isolation and lack of understanding. The greatest light Michelle receives is not physical sight, it is knowledge. Hidden meaning in the movie, according to my view. The water scene represents awakening. Before that moment, Michelle experiences things. After that moment, she understands them. The teacher-student relationship. Debraj gives Michelle a language. Michelle later gives Debraj humanity when he begins losing his memories. Their relationship is not about rescue. It is about two people changing each other's lives. The deepest lesson of Black is not about disability. It is about potential. Many people are limited not because they lack ability, but because nobody takes the time to discover what exists inside them. Michelle's greatest victory was not learning to communicate. It was proving that every human being deserves the opportunity to be understood. The little girl who once lived in complete darkness eventually found her voice. Not because the world became easier, not because her challenges disappeared, but because one person refused to believe that she was unreachable. Sometimes a teacher does not simply teach a student. Sometimes a teacher opens a door that allows someone to finally enter the world. Before you leave, answer this in the comments. Who was the one person who believed in you when everyone else had given up? Write their name or share what they did for you. Your story may inspire someone who currently feels unseen, misunderstood, or trapped in their own darkness. And if Michelle and Debraj's journey touched your heart, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more powerful movie stories with lessons that stay with you long after the screen fades to black. Finally, share this video with a teacher, parent, mentor, or friend